So this is the new family of chickens. I know the whole chicken thing's going crazy right now. Murdoch's and Tractor Supply here in my town are out of chicks like crazy. I know everybody's doing it, so I wanted to just take a little bit and show you what I did or how I did it, the way it came out. My goal on this was, now I went over just a little bit when you count in the hardware cloth. So I bought the hardware cloth months ago, so I have a hard time sticking that in the cost, even though yes, I know it was. At Tractor Supply, they have this, decently sized, decently built, maybe, for a store-bought chicken coop that was $6.99, big white and black one. When my son and I looked at it, I just thought, this thing's tiny, and it says up to 12 chickens. And I thought, no way. And I don't want my chickens to live that way either, crammed in that tight. So I went and added it up, and everybody gripes about lumber prices, but my goal was to keep the cost of this down to the cost of that at $6.99. And I know $6.99 is a lot, but I had planned this for a while. So now, all said and done, it was actually about $7.99. But we repurposed as much wood as we could. Like I said, my son built the stairs out of pallet wood. We implemented pallet wood elsewhere. We did 2x4s where typically I probably would have wanted to do some 4x4s like out here on the run, not in the coop itself. And that's not including the solar panels, the solar system that I'm going to put on. That's something totally separate. But I did the chicken coop and this giant run. Yes, it took a while to build. Roll up your sleeves, get the job done, take the time to do it, and then you have something that'll last a lifetime. Their little area was like 4 foot by 4 foot or something. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating. They could go under it. There might have been just a tiny little run in front of it, but they're cramped in there. Here, they can run all around, scratch. I've got room to pile stuff in there and give them treats. We're going to go cut down this annoying tree that keeps growing up in my farther property back here. And we're going to take some of the right size branches and screw them up in here so they can jump up and play in there during the day. I just want happy chickens. They're not just egg producers to me, they're pets. And if you know me, you know I love animals. Good morning, it's March 21st, 2025. Time to go out and take care of the little raptors. Figured I would get on here and let you know, because I found some videos about it now, but it's not something that I had come across or thought about when I decided to get into chickens. Last night, they finally jumped off the porch. It wasn't until my wife got home. It was actually really cool. My son and I had been waiting all day for 2 days for them to jump off the porch, and they just wanted to hang out on the porch. So, I don't know, chickens are funny. But since I hatched them, I don't have any older chickens. I never really thought about, they weren't too sure about how to get back up on the porch yet. I mean, they've kind of jumped around on the roost bars a little bit, but they're still not too sure of themselves. And they don't know what to do. It got dark last night and they didn't go inside. Oh, I used to take care when some friends of mine down in Gateway would go out of town. I would go take care of their chickens, and their chickens just went in automatically when it was nighttime. And then I had another friend that lived by there. Same thing. His chickens, turkeys, everything went in when it was time. Let me show you what mine did. Okay, so here's my chicken coop. It came out really nice. I'm very happy with it. I got eggs from a friend of mine, and it wasn't, at the time, it wasn't something that we were just planning, or that we were planning. Just came about, we were talking about it, and I said, hey, do you have a rooster? And I thought it would be cool to hatch my own eggs. So I forget how many, I think I got 14 eggs from her. And again, they weren't taken care of like they were going to be hatched. So we weren't sure of what or almost a germination rate like plants. But you know what I'm talking about. We didn't know what our hatch rate was going to be. And it wasn't bad. I got 7 out of them. They're really cool little chicks. They're 2 months old now. I kept them in one of my storage tanks, the storage tank there, the silver troughs in my garage. I put it up on sawhorses and put a really thick piece of cardboard under it, and then got one of the big seed mats, put it under the whole thing, had a temperature control on it so I could just heat the floor to whatever temp I want. I still had a brooder heater inside because, I don't know, I spoil my chickens. I spoil any of my animals. I'm an animal lover. So don't hate me. They're pampered. But I'm coming out right now to feed them and grab their water. And we got really cold last night. I thought I would bring you with me so you could check them out. Good morning. Here we go. Let's get you some food. Look what they do to their water. The pine shavings in the water are a pain in the behind. I can't wait till they stay outside. Come say hi to everybody. Come on, you guys are the star of the show this morning. Come say hi to everybody. You little shits. You're my little raptors. You decided not to go in. So I don't think I finished that story. So I came out. Originally, I had their chicken door set to close at like 6:30, but like I said, this was the first time they'd actually stayed out that late. Well, at 6:30, they showed no signs of going back in. So the end of that story last night, I got it set to open at 6:30. I have to override that. I change it to 8:30, which 8:30 it's dark. So right before 8:30, I go outside to check on them. They're all in this corner down here. Oop, there we go. They're all in this corner down here, laying on top of each other. Bright lights, because I do have lights inside the chicken coop, shining out that little automatic chicken door. And they won't move. Now, none of them, I mean, once I pick them up and cradle them, then they're fine. But none of them like to be picked up yet. And I petted them. But for the most part, for 2 months in the brooder, I didn't pick them up at all. I had 7 of them in there. So we're still going through that learning phase. And as big as I am, I never in my life think I ever thought I would be chasing chickens around trying to get them in for the night. So the first few chickens weren't so bad because they're in a big group and you can just pick off the slowest ones. But then you can end up getting down to where there's only like 3, 2, 1, and they can split and go different directions. So I don't know. I guess what I told my wife last night, Rocky Balboa doesn't have anything on me. He caught one. I caught 7. So I just wanted to share that with you really quick. I'm going to go get their water done, and then we'll show you some more of the chickens later on. Another thing that really surprised me that I didn't know about raising chickens, they're more about the water than they are the food, boy. Yeah, you better keep that water full. Okay, so there's the raptor pack. Check this out. Give them a nice big window on this side, and then I've got a big vent on the top that I can open up that's all covered with hardware cloth. Before I get comments from everybody, yes, I do know that typically you don't need a heat lamp. My chickens have been in comfort care for 2 months of their life in a very nice, well-insulated garage, having a seed mat that's temperature controlled just to keep them where they want to be. So they haven't been exposed to these elements. I'm gradually working them outside, and they haven't had a chance to toughen up. So we got down to 24 degrees last night, I think, 24 or 25. I know it was 24 the night before. Hey, I'm not going to let my chickens suffer. You do you, I'll do me. Next year, after they go through the summer and then day by day go through the change and get acclimated to the cold, then maybe not. But then again, maybe so, because I spoil my animals, and I know this. It is what it is. I'll bring you in here and just show you how this chicken coop turned out. I think it turned out great. Those are the stairs that Steven built. Actually, Steven's got a little channel called Backyard Feast, If you're into grilling and cooking that he's getting going, go over there and meet him. I was adamant on wanting a front porch, but I got to tell you, there was something I didn't think about. Last 2 days, most we could get out of him was hanging out on the front porch, and I didn't think about all the bird crap on that front porch. So I'm going to be cleaning that often, but we put a really, really thick deck paint stain on their sealer, and hopefully I can just blast it with the hose once in a while and do it that way. So there she is. The roof is covered. Up top, you can see I do have an angle on the roof. It's separated. We had the bird wire. Well, we're bird wiring that right now. We're going to put solar panels on the roof to power the lights and the little heater in the winter time. And then we routed off all the edges to these 2x4s so they're nice and smooth for their claws. And they can just roost up there all day. And if we have bad weather and they really don't want to come out here, they have right about 8 foot by 8 foot underneath. And then back here, they've got the rest of their run. The whole thing, we ended up narrowing it just a little bit. We were going to go 10 by 20. We went 8 by 20 because I want to put some plants and stuff around the outside, and maybe some tall ones that their branches will grow in and the chickens can pluck at them, but they'll still grow nice and healthy. I want to put a bunch of sunflowers around the whole chicken coop. I think it'll look really good. The other part that I didn't really talk about on this one, that I don't hear as many, I mean, definitely plenty of references to it, but I don't hear many people saying that it's one of the reasons that they're doing this. Yeah, by all means, eggs is one of the reasons. I can remember taking care of, so I have 2 friends down in Gateway that I used to work with. And when they would go out of town, I'd go take care of his chickens. And I think he had the Plymouth Rock or the Barred Rock. It was the black and white stripe. They were cool chickens. And the amount, he had 12, sorry. So he had 12 of those chickens. And the amount of eggs that I was eating for that week or however long they were gone. And that part, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. I want my own eggs, and yeah, eggs are expensive, but I'm honestly just as interested as the compost. Hang on just a sec. We're going to jump back outside. I almost forgot to show you this door that I built, and we got to adjust it just a little. It's sagging. Sticking with that old theme out here on the very end. For being a door, I haven't built many doors. I think it came out pretty good. Back to what I was talking about. 4 foot by 8 foot cube is their internal cabin space, their actual coop. It was about an entire bale, or I think it was maybe an entire bale of the pine shavings that I put in there. And we're going to slowly add to it more and more. Do the somewhat deep litter method. I kind of messed up when I put that front door on there, and I didn't raise it high enough. So that may be something that we have to change down the road. Sorry, I don't live far from an airport. So the reason I made it to where that entire side opens as a door is I also made it to where you could put the wheelbarrow right underneath. Stick the broom in there, pull it all into the wheelbarrow. Then my plan is to bring it over here and start building a deep compost outside in the scratch or in the run where they can scratch it all in and work it all in. Then they'll be out there pooping all day. Then from there, the plan is, let's see if we can get back here behind it, we're going to do compost bins. It'll get moved into a big compost bin. I really want to get serious about soil and making my own soil and knowing exactly what's in it.